What's up, guys? Thanks for joining me on the Edsational podcast. My name is Edward Thommes. I'm a professional MMA fighter and jiu-jitsu brown belt. And man, I'm just excited to start this podcast. I have a lot of goals with this thing, but my main focus is to bring you listeners some good conversations that could help you in some way. Whether it's helping motivate you, encourage you, or even bring a laugh, then I've done my job. I'll have different types of episodes for this. Like one episode could be me talking on a certain topic, usually something I want to help listeners understand or bring some type of breakthrough in their lives through it. Like some of the future episodes I kind of have in mind is along the lines of crushing your goals, how to overcome fear, diet misconceptions, how to stay on your diet, etc. In other episodes, I'll have some type of interesting guests on where we just have conversations that could benefit and entertain you at the same time while having fun doing it. Okay? And for this episode podcast, our sponsors are High Demand Clothing. Their store is located on Oahu, Hawaii in Pearl City, 945 Kamehameha Highway, unit number 11. You can also check out their website at highdemandclothing.com. That's H-I, then demandclothing.com. They have all kind of good products. Ryan Watanabe, the owner, is just a great guy, very family man. Takes care of his local athletes and all the guys he sponsors, and even the community especially. But they got men's tank tops, t-shirts, women's tops, hats, stickers, bandanas, canvases, board shorts, kids' clothes, baseball tees, and now they also have Price of Paradise leggings. That's basically yoga pants. They're on sale. They're awesome. Check out their website. They've made a ton of my fight shirts. Great guys. And our second sponsor is Hawaiian Fight Gear. You can check them out at hawaiianfightgear.com and order products there. Or if you live on Oahu, you can find them at Razor Concepts, HNL Fight Shop, and GNC and other stores as well. Awesome products. All your MMA gear, even jiu-jitsu gis, all high quality stuff. Like, shoot, my boxing gloves I've had for a year and a half now, and I hit bag with it. I hit mitts with it like every single day, and they're still good as new. So definitely I would recommend it. I've been a customer of them for almost 10 years now. So check them out, hawaiianfightgear.com. So this episode of the podcast, our first one, we have my good friend Max Holloway, UFC interim featherweight champion, and our fellow teammate Michael Nakagawa, who's also a professional fighter. And yeah, so we had a great time doing this. We had some deep conversation as well as just cracking up, saying some ridiculous jokes. So, we're just being ourselves. We had a great time, and we hope you enjoy this. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Pad podcast.
We're live with Max Holloway, Edward Thommes, and Smash Boy.
Hey,
Michael Nakagawa.
Smash Boy, dog.
From Team Alpha Male.
No, you guys are clowns.
What's up, guys?
What up, my brother? How you doing?
Good. So, those of you guys who don't know already, we're teammates. Me and Max go way back. We're always like the little kids in the gym, getting beat up by all the adults, but we just stuck with it. But so what's up, Max? You just got announced.
June 3rd, bro. June 3rd. Brazil. In Rio. Should be fun.
You guys gotta be careful. They're freaking wild over there.
Hey, wild. We're coming up on an army.
Awesome, man. Well, we're in Rio, though. You even know?
I don't know.
It's not gonna be like some crazy soccer stadium or something?
I don't know. We see. I'm waiting. I signed the contract. It said to be announced, so...
Okay, so it's official.
I signed mine one. Go ask him if he signed his one. I don't know.
You still don't know?
I don't know if he signed his one. I don't talk to him. That's not my friend.
Well, that's your friend. That's the crazy thing because you've been calling him out for a while now, right?
Yeah.
And then when you even when you won the belt against Anthony Pettis, you're talking some mad trash just to get him out, calling him Jose Waldo, and he still wasn't saying anything. And then maybe 2 days later, a week later, something like that. You're not even clear to fight, and then he goes out and starts talking some trash.
That's what I've been saying, man. It is what it is, though. At the end of the day, we supposed to fight at 205. We're supposed to fight at 206. But he said himself, all you out there watching stream and all you Jose fans.
What are they saying?
He said, give me that. Pass the phone. All you guys, he said it himself. He told us that he didn't want to fight us. He wanted to fight Anthony Pettis because he believed it was an easier fight. So it is what it is, and said he wanted to sell numbers, so that's why we're here. We're here selling numbers.
Wait, why does he want the easier fight? I don't understand.
I don't know. It makes no sense. Who wants easier fights? This guy wants easier fights.
Come on. The hardest fight.
It's Edward Thommes, baby. Follow him.
Yeah. We got a new podcast going, and we're going to do some fight companion. It's going to be awesome, the three of us. It's just something I figured we'd do. I always talked about doing a podcast, and then Max is like, no, in 2 weeks on Saturday, we're going to make it happen. Yeah, so I went out and did it, okay? So it's going to be some good stuff. We have some awesome conversations, so we might as well share it with you guys, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. Podcast room, bruh. Yeah, buddy.
So what about training? Have you been back? And by the way, guys, I know you guys, don't you guys hang out like every day? Like, yes, but I'm talking in the context so you guys can understand, okay? So Max, how's training been, man?
Training been good, man. Training been super good. And I've been loving it, it's training is life, we're in the gym, we always see each other at the gym, and you gotta do what you gotta do. We want to be the best in the world, we gotta train on it, a lot of guys, they want the success, but they don't want to put in the time, and we know the time and the hard work, and it's been going great. I finally able to do some more stuff because of my ankle and whatever, so I'm just happy to be back, but it's kind of bummer that the gym's closing for a week, so I'm kind of salty about that.
Yeah.
I need to lose weight, bro. I'm fat.
Wait, so like here's something I really want to ask though, as a friend. But as far as your training and stuff like that, everyone's always mentioning like tactical. You always train with Darren Yap at tactical. What makes you different? Like even in your fights, like the pace you set. A lot of the guys you finish are like second, third round because they slow down and that's when you pick it up. Like, what are you doing different?
It's just mind, it's just mind game, and if we're talking from a gambler point of view, don't ever bet on me on the under, bet on me on the over because it's 2 rounds or more, because that's what we do, it's like, Joe Rogan says it all the time I fight, he always say, Max is like a dog on a leash in the first couple rounds, and then until his coaches let him off the leash, that's when we really see, the best Max Holloway, and that's always the plan, it's, I tell you guys all the time, I tell people all the time, it's just, man, we all think, guys, everybody's fighters, we all made that walk, and we're all in the UFC, and we're all in that cage for the same reason, we're all fighters, but then, this is chess, not checkers, Too much guys think it's checkers, they're trying to jump all the way to get their king and fight backwards, this is chess, it's a thinking man's sport, and, you gotta put out your pawns out there, let them take bait. You gotta give out your pawns sometimes. Sometimes you gotta put a horse somewhere where you don't want to, but you're taking three moves ahead, and he takes the bait, and when you figure out it's too late, it's very, very, very late. So that's what we do, The mind is a beautiful thing, and shout out to Ryan Nazar's, man. That guy made me. He made me, I've been hanging out with a lot of white guys since this last fight, and my little whiny attitude is coming back, but Rylan brings me down to earth. He keeps me, humbled, and he always makes me look outside the box. It's always outside the box, and I love that guy for that.
Nice, man.
And for those of you that doesn't know Max, he looks retarded, talks retarded, but he's actually one of the smartest guys I know. So
you're retarded.
Again, like you said, that's a thinking man's sports, and he opened up my eyes too. So. Don't be fooled by his, his pigeon, his face.
Don't get fooled by your face. This guy looks like Goomba and Calvin Falcon had a baby.
That's not racist.
That is not. Far from it. You look like a pelican. I was gonna keep on saying random birds. You look like toucan.
I look like a horse.
You look like a horse.
Yeah. You're a horse.
That made love to a bird.
To a bird. Oh, dog. Yeah. Must be really ugly, then.
Oh, man. So what about like so when you go in there and you think smart and stuff like that. Like when you're in the cage, like you look real relaxed and stuff like that. Like honestly, for me personally, when I get in every fight, and I gotten better. Maybe like my last 2, I haven't been too bad, but usually when I get in there, like sometimes I'm tense. I'm one of those guys till when I get punched, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm good at what I do.
Yeah.
And then I'm like back in sparring mode again. I'm back in fighting mode again. Like
Is there something you do to keep yourself relaxed? Is it your experience? Is it a mind thing? Is it certain hormone?
I think it's a bunch of stuff. I think it comes from experience. It comes from time, of course, and it comes from knowing that what I want to do and what I did. It's just, and it's a lot of confidence. It's just self belief. I know the work I did for the last. Our camps is 8 to 6 weeks, and
right.
I gotta spend time. I got a family. I got a son, and I gotta always be away from him. And even when I'm with him, I'm dragging him around the gym and stuff, and that's no fun for him. I'm sure. Some days it is, but some days I bet he's over it. So, and then I gotta skip out on family stuff, and with my family birthdays, and I gotta miss my birthdays. I gotta miss holidays, and I just want to show him that I'm not doing this for no reason. It's like. It's 25. It's 25 to 35 minutes of your life, and you got that one chance to show the world why you're the best guy in the world, and I always want to take it full advantage and show I'm here for a reason. I'm not wasting time. Show my coach, show my teammates, and look, this camp was hard on us, on everyone, and I'm not wasting my time here. It's kind of like a thank you to everybody who supports, and even the fans. It's kind of thank you guys for tuning in and supporting. So I'm gonna give it my all. You're there anyway, You're there anyway. It's just like, it's you don't go to a Pizza Hut to get a salad, That doesn't make sense. You go to Pizza Hut for some pizza. So.
Some people want to get salad.
Yeah. Hey, if you're not one of those weirdos, don't talk to me,
Mike. Maybe that's why he has abs all the time.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. So even let's bring Mike into this. Mike's been helping us with our wrestling in the last few months. Finally sharing some knowledge. I don't know if it's more Team Alpha Male-esque, but what's your philosophy when it comes to wrestling and MMA? What's the difference between that, Mike?
I don't know. Again, Rylan and Max kind of opened my eyes about the whole, even for striking or jiu-jitsu, I guess. In MMA, it's 15 minutes. It's not like wrestling, 6 minutes or 7 minutes of grind. So if it's wrestling, it's a different story. You have 7 minutes to give it your all, so you can grind for 7 minutes. But when it comes to MMA, you gotta worry about jiu-jitsu, striking, getting punched in the face and whatnot. So that's about 15 minutes or 25 minutes. So I feel like you can grind, but it's not too smart to grind. You can approach it a different way. More I guess like a jiu-jitsu way. Funneling guys to a certain way to open up another move and whatnot. And that's why Max always out-wrestles these guys. He doesn't wrestle with them, And that's what people don't understand is Max always says, why you gotta wrestle a wrestler? Right. Jiu-jitsu wrestle a wrestler. So they get frustrated and you catch them after. Catch me outside,
Speaking of which, that girl is famous now and making a lot of money.
Yeah.
We're making stupid people rich and famous.
America.
God bless America.
Freedom.
God bless
Land of
America.
free.
Damn.
I never followed it too closely, but I just saw TMZ posted a video. She was attacking her and her mom were attacking some chick on the airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and guarantee they got money for that interview right there for TMZ.
Yeah. And then I don't know if they showed it yet, but I saw a preview. She's on Dr. Phil again.
Yeah.
And then there's they brought her back, and then she says it totally doesn't make sense. She said along the lines of Oprah made you who you are, and you are nothing till I came along. I'm like, no. He made you famous. But it's actually they're not laughing with you. They're laughing at you poor girl,
Yeah.
Makes me curious, I don't know, maybe she's probably in high school or something like that age, but I wonder how she's going to be when she's 25,
She's going to be...
The mom is cashing on money.
Who? The mom? Yeah, I think the mom is riding this. She's oh, you go, girl. You be yourself.
Yeah. Before the mom was, and you didn't see the mom was... So in that interview, the mom was telling... Because they do that interview with the trouble, and then Dr. Phil put it in, put the kids inside this good ass place where they go and they try to change the kid or whatever. And the mom was trying to say that thing doesn't work, but Dr. Phil said it was 84%, 84.9% of them change, and that's a big percentage, of people and blah blah. And he was saying that Cash Me Outside girl was good. she was good before, and then she went back home, and you got to keep it up. You know what I mean? It's just like jiu-jitsu. I'm not gonna go jiu-jitsu for 1 week and then disappear for a year and come back. I'm gonna be as good as I was that week. You're gonna suck, you know. Yeah. So it's wild, man. America's nuts, bro.
but do you think that thing is staged somewhat?
I think they make it worse than it is.
It is.
I think she really is that retarded. But like, I think half of it now is like another act. Like she's trying to take it to the next level. She's writing it. You know?
We should bring Keone Chang, just bang into Dr. Phil, and manage him. That would be awesome.
Be rich. I think so. You make a lot of money.
You will make a lot of money off of that guy.
Just bang.
Shout out to Just Bang.
Okay. Keep an eye out. We're gonna start having Keone Chang
come in,
fight companion,
bro.
Keone
Chang
so
should just be you know, like how Joe Rogan got like Eddie Bravo,
yeah,
and Keone Chang.
Perfect. That's our
that guy would keep you on your toes. Oh my gosh,
dude! Everyone gives him shit, but that guy is funny.
Yeah. He's funny. I love that guy.
And that guy comes to show fight day, man.
Oh, he's a fighter, bro. His name is Just Bang for a reason. You know, you don't call a guy Just Bang just because he likes to hug.
Well, that's the good thing about our team. We have a small team, but we're boys and we always like rag on each other.
Yeah,
we do what guys do. You know what I mean? Like, girls don't get it.
Yeah, it's the greatest. You know, you got this big super mega gyms and whatever, and they think they're the best guys there, this and that, but there's nothing like having your little pack, your little crew, and you know, got little, you know, our coaches we only got 3 coaches, you know, and like or 4 counting your strength conditioning coach,
right.
And it's a small pack, you know,
but I mean, you gotta think about it too, like even those bigger gyms too. It's not like everyone on the team is like friends. You know what I mean? There's always a pack, even at Turn Off Mo.
Yeah,
there's small packs in the team.
Yeah, but that's why you start going crazy. You know, it's like this big gym, and then you got small pack. When our gym is nice and perfect, and our small pack is everybody's in the small pack. There's no packs in the gym. You know, we're all, you know, we weave that out. So it's awesome. You know,
big gym versus small gym, like. Yeah, they definitely have their benefits.
Yeah.
Like, like the biggest, like I've been to some huge MMA schools, even jiu-jitsu schools, but there's the cliques, you know? And just because there's a lot of people in the room doesn't mean they're all like as dedicated.
Yeah, for sure. There's always, like how you said, there's always pros and cons, you know? Yeah, there's a lot of guys, a lot of bodies. Yeah. But then the con to that might be like, you don't know who's there to help you and who's there to just be an asshole, you know, and hurt you, you know? So it's 2 different animals, I think. So it kind of counteracts each other, but the choice we chose with this little team, I love it. You know, I love it. I think it's where you fit. You know, some guys need the big gym. I'm not. You know, I'm not saying you're wrong. You know, it's just like, you know, you might look at this problem. You know, like we might have a problem. You know, just because 2 + 2 is 4. 1 × 4 is 4. Yeah, it's the same. You know, it's the same answer, different problem. Doesn't mean I'm right. Doesn't mean you're wrong. Doesn't mean I'm wrong. Doesn't mean you're right. You know.
That was genius. See how smart he is.
Yeah. No, it's all good. You know, that's the way you gotta think. That's the way you think. You know, people out here they think no, it's my way or the highway. You know, it's like when people start thinking, like the best thing in life is start thinking like, you know what? Maybe he is right. You know, maybe he's looking at this window. We can look out this window and I can be like, yeah, I see yellow trucks. You can be like, oh, that's orange, you know? Who's right, who's wrong? You don't know. You might be colorblind, you know? You might really see a difference. So you can't knock somebody for it being wrong, you know?
Even as individuals too, like I'm as a coach at the UFC gym Waikele, I noticed like a lot of clients, they're geared differently. Even when it comes to learning, if I gotta explain something, I have to use like different analogies.
Yeah.
Like I got like maybe some military guys, like if you're gonna throw a roundhouse kick, I tell them to like look over your shoulder like you're looking down a gun sight. You know, other people won't get that. But even like motivating people for like if they gotta push themselves. Some people like that drill sergeant, like, come on, how bad do you want it? And other people like the, you know, more positive, like, come on, you can do it. I know you can. You did it before. You just gotta push a little harder. You know, so there's like pros and cons still.
And again, that's going back to, you know, big gym, small gym. Like when you're at big gyms, the good thing about it is there's always guys. There's like 30, 35 guys. At Alpha Male, there's like 35 guys, 40 guys in, you know, pro practices. And then, like you said, not everyone gets the attention that they want. And they can't really customize, or like, you know what I mean? They can't make that adjustment when there's the coaches can't make that adjustments when there's like 40 or 30 to 40 guys in the same room. So they're gonna have to stick with the ways that works for the top guys.
Right.
You know, so like the lower guys they don't get as much attention and as you do at the small gym, like us. And that's the beauty of like the small gym. You know, it's like it's a closer bond, and you get customized attention and coaching ways, like, you know what I mean. So you get to really build upon what you're good at, rather than what the program is made to be.
Right.
So
it's even like personality. Like, just because a certain gym is the best gym in the world, it doesn't mean you're gonna click well right away. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Since we're talking about like Team Alpha Male, like, you know, a bunch of young, like, wild guys. You know what I mean? Like, if you get like a quiet, mellow guy, he might not fit in as well. You might get good training, but you know what I mean? It doesn't like mix as well. There's stuff like that. Just like at our gym too. Like, we've had guys that drop in from like the mainland or something like that, and you know, they're just so different from our local Hawaiian style, and it's like, yeah, we wouldn't like get along as well. Maybe eventually, but you know, there's a difference there.
Yeah, there's a difference anywhere.
There's a mesh.
There's just like anybody. It's just like anything, you know. You go, your friend, you know, you got a friend, and one of your friends got different friends, and sometimes you might not click with that different friends because you know, like say me and you know, like maybe we would like to go out and fucking shoot guns or something, you know, that'd be fun, you know. Shooting guns, and then maybe Michael, he's
sensitive to that.
He likes hugging teddy bears. So it's two different animals, two different friends.
It's not my flavor, you know.
Yeah, got my guns right there. I can show you guys after.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, you're into guns, huh?
Can shoot out the window.
Let's do it.
Shoot out this window.
Open the window. Shoot into Rico's room.
I don't even know if guns are allowed in this building. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Better censor that.
How about this though? Sparring.
Sparring.
What do you think about sparring?
You know,
like light sparring.
We try to spar twice a week, and I think that's great. You know, before, you know, when I was starting off in the game, I was like, sparring is life. Spar every day. Yeah. We should spar every day, hard or whatever. But now you start thinking of your future. You know, you get family, you got kids, and you know, you see guys like having concussions. The movie Concussion came out. I'm
still scared to watch it.
Yeah, that CTE, that you should. It's very good, bro. And then CTE, that thing with CTE and
CTI, right?
Oh,
I think.
Yeah, CTE, bro. Shut your mouth. It's CTE. This guy trying to one up me, smash bro. But yeah, you know, it's CTE and whatever, and go look it up. And
how much you like bet?
I want to bet $20. CTE.
I think it is CTE. Actually.
Okay, $20 you owe me.
You owe me dinner still, dog, from that one bet.
I don't care. Let's not talk about the past. Let's talk about right now. You hear me? We're in the present, though. But you know, you don't see me walking around like, yeah, I'm the Interim Featherweight champion. It's the past. You know? So you gotta move on, bro. It's like,
where's the belt?
The belt is at home in the closet, man. You know, it's like everybody's like, where is it? Why you don't put it out? I'm like, everybody knows I'm the champ. Why I gotta flaunt it? You know, so it's cool. You know, some guys
Tim Silva used to bring it.
Yeah,
to the club.
He did. Yeah,
that's
I heard.
What Joe Rogan said.
Yeah, no, yeah. Actually, somebody told me a story about Tim Silva that like he walked up and like he had the belt and everything, and then he didn't get let into the club. And I was like, what? And like, yeah, you know, it's just a power trip. But I think, you know, some people, I said, you go back to some people like that, you know, and others like I understand that this ain't the maximum thing for me, you know, so I want to get more belts, and you know, but when I retire, then maybe I might be that douche, but right now, you know, there's a goal, and we gotta keep moving. But you know, back to the concussion thing with CTE and stuff, it's very crazy in sparring. So you know, we spar hard in camp maybe once a week with big gloves, hard, and we really punch each other, and we got the leg gloves with the light sparring with little gloves, you know, and you hit each other here and there, but not as much as like the big glove day. And I believe in that, man. I believe in CTE. I believe in, you know, I remember reading to Joe Rogan's podcast one time, and he was saying, like, your brain is like what is that called? Around your brain, there's this thing like cotton candy.
Yeah.
That holds your brain, like, in place. So, the concussion, it happens when your brain touches the back of your head, or when it touches your head when you hit.
Shakes.
Your head shakes, and then if your brain touches something that the back of your head when it's not supposed to touch. That's when you go black out because it's just sending your body to protect your body, And
I see.
yeah, he said that there's this cotton. He got a doctor friend that does brain, and yeah, the doctor friend said that there's this cotton candy protecting the brain, and every time you get hit and stuff, you're like ripping the cotton candy. And the crazy thing about this cotton candy in your brain is that protects around your brain. It don't grow back. So once you lose it, you lose it. So once that's why you see, once you get knocked out once, it's easier to get knocked out the second, the third, the fourth, because that thing is disappearing, and it's just your body. Your body don't want it to hurt itself, so it's like shut off now, and that's why the shut off button it's the emergency button. It hits it faster every time because that cotton candy thing don't grow back, and I was tripping out, and I was like, man, it's crazy, and I don't want to be one of these vegetables, that are done,
Just talking about your success all the time.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't even realize it.
Yeah, I don't want to be one of those guys. I want to be able to enjoy my son.
Right.
The window. These fighters, man, they don't understand that this window of making a lot of money and stuff. This don't last forever. We can't. Not everybody's a Dan Henderson or Randy Couture can't fight till they're freaking 69 years old.
69.
Yeah. Bro, they can't. Some guys can't. But this window is really like the average. It's like 10 years. Of a fighter. And in the UFC, it's probably way less. I was talking to NFL guys. They were saying like the NFL players, the average years in an NFL player's career is 3.2 years.
Yeah, it's short. Yeah.
It's crazy.
3.3
years, bro. And
especially
fighting,
running backs, man.
Running backs. Yeah, and the thing is, bro, fighting is almost like that. If you stay pretty active. But even if it's not even getting hurt or anything, it's even like if you lose, you could just be gone. You're just gonna be like, hey, you're not selling a ticket. Goodbye. Bye bye. I just saw him. They just let go Lorenzo Larkin.
Yeah, and even Eric Perez.
Yeah.
No way. Eric Perez too.
Yeah.
I thought that was our poster boy from Mexico.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, that's why it's like.
So it's wild, So
It's
you can
crazy.
be gone any day.
Right.
So yeah, bro. The concussion, the sparring and stuff. Mine's on his kids. Like some guys that do or die from sparring, and you do get better from sparring, for sure. You need that real contact, but. Myself personally, I do it once a week. It's just I don't feel like getting hit in the head that much, and whatever. Especially in MMA, we got head kicks and stuff.
Right.
But even boxing is bad. Like I go to a boxing gym, boxing gym, and when we spar, I get hit so much times because you can't do nothing else. Like it's just hands. So. I'm not, some people might need to be and tell themselves, I gotta spar hard all the time. That's how they get ready for fights.
Yeah.
And like I said, it goes back. That's not wrong. That's just not the way I'm doing it, So, but that's my take on it. I'm about, I want to be safe. I want to be smart. After fighting, I want to be, I want to become a cop forever. So I might become a cop, and I don't want to be like some of these cops out here power tripping with loose boats already.
You want to be a cop?
Yeah, I wanted to be a cop. I always wanted to be. Growing up, I always wanted to be a cop, and I thought it'd be cool, it'd be fun, and we see what happens.
Imagine like you pull someone over and they're gonna be a dick to you, and then all of a sudden, never mind. Or like if I was running and I see like freaking, how tall are you? 5'11" Max Holloway just running after me. I'm good, bro.
But yeah, going back to that sparring stuff, like, what do you think about? So in Europe, what they do is they spar, like, they do a lot of, like, light sparring.
Yeah.
But then they have, like, 20 amateur fights before they go pro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how...
This is for MMA?
Yeah, for MMA.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way to get, like you said, the only way to get that real, like, that experience is through hard sparring or fighting.
No, you need both.
Both,
You're not going to get no experience through hard fight. Hard sparring is a different animal. Hard sparring is getting you ready to see stuff, see combination, whatever. But you need fights because you need that experience of when... Of feeling the crowd, feeling the pressure, of like getting hurt, you know what I mean? Like getting hurt in a fight and seeing how you react getting hurt, or being down in a fight and see how you don't want to do that shit when it counts, Like pro records is like when you get a loss in your pro record, that shit don't disappear. Amateur, you can go amateur forever. You can go 100 amateur. Once you turn pro, guess what? You're 0-0. So I had over like 60 amateur fights. I'm sure
with kickboxing,
with combined kickboxing. Jiu-jitsu matches and like this thing called triple check matches a different way, and even an MMA fight. So, And I had a lot. We'd fight back to back, and the experience is needed because you need to feel the stuff. You need to feel like how it feels to be favored and loved by the crowd. And then again, one fight I was like hated by the crowd. Went to a different island, or whatever, and I was kind of feeling it. And that's the things that you need. You need this experience, this ring time. Because you don't know how you can react. And then you can check yourself. Like when I fought Harris Sarmiento, one of our teammates now, before when we fought, he was my third pro fight. And that was one of the best. I'm so thankful for that fight. We went 5-5. It was my first 5-5. And then, like, I felt I got to feel what it felt to get a second win. Like, I was getting so tired. Yeah. But the third round, when I was looking at him and he looked tired, I was like, oh, no, this is what I'm made for. This is what I'm made for. And it was one of the greatest fights that Hawaii saw in a while. Yeah. So it was fun. I loved it. And that's the kind of experience it is. I hurt my hand in that fight. I started doing.
You broke it?
Nah, I broke it. Just hurt. Like, I just like a bad bruise. Like, when I kept hitting him, I could just feel it. I was like, I thought it was broken. I thought that's when I started training like the Anderson. Because I thought of Faber. Like, I was like, I was in the cage, and I was like, man, Faber broke his hand.
Hey, you even did the Anthony Pettis kick.
Yeah, I tried. I tried that. So you need stuff like that. You need the experience like that, and some experience. It's great. That was a pro, but even amateurs. Like, I felt how it felt to get ripped off as an amateur. I was like, brah, this sucks. I don't ever want to go again. We gotta, let's go smash guys and train harder. I felt how it felt to get tired in an amateur fight. I was like, I don't want to get tired in a pro, fight and whatever. And it's just great experience, man. I think so. You need both of them. That's just me. Some guys just go straight pro right off the bat. And, hey,
that's
good
not
for you. You're a freaking wild man, but that wouldn't be for me.
Yeah, man. I wish I took more amateur fights and kickboxing fights.
How much amateurs is it?
Just 2. But I did have, I had hundreds and hundreds of wrestling matches, but that's different. But like you said, it's different once you get punched. So I wish I did more kickboxing and, more amateur fights, but we live and learn.
Not only like what happens in the cage, but even overcoming like the locker room fear. Like, you see so much guys, like, they're so talented in the gym, and then they go out to fight, and it's like, who was that?
Yeah.
Like, they just froze. And it's because that's when the mental game comes, like, pre-fight, like when you're in the locker room or even like the week of, like, how are you gonna handle that pressure?
What do you do do you have like a ritual for your locker room, like, before a pre-fight?
For me, like, very similar to Max. Like, I'm just confident in my training, but I've had situations, like, I took a fight on 2-day notice before, like, actually like less than 2 days, and it was like in Maui, like, but so that one I was
the guy.
Huh?
Yeah, so yeah.
Oh no, TKO.
TKO.
The first round. That was like, it was against an undefeated guy.
Yeah, was it a big guy, dude? Was it
155? Yeah, I moved up in weight, but that was probably the most gangster thing I've done in my life. Anyway, but the thing was, that time I was like, okay, I'm always training hard, but I couldn't rely on my, like, oh yeah, I trained for this. So that was like a little bit thrown off, not out the window, but but for me, it's just like faith in, like, all the years I've trained. Faith in, like, how skilled I already am, and just like my faith too as a Christian. Like, I always believe, like, in something higher than myself. I think that's like a big culture in a lot of fighters. Like, everyone gets all, like, spiritual, whether, like, you're like a Christian or like Habib's a Muslim, you know what I mean, or spiritual in itself.
It's funny because that's Matt's saying the same thing. It's like all these champions they're culturally involved, they're spiritually involved.
Yeah. If you look at it, most, like, a lot of the champions.
That's true.
Yeah. If you look at the champions, a lot of them come from out of America. Most of them, and if they're in America, and if they are America and rep in America, they got some kind of history background of where there's culture. The Hawaiian culture, the Brazilians got their culture, the Irish got their culture. Khabib got the Russians got their culture. You go, like, when you come to America, it's very hard sometimes because some people, they don't know what culture is. Some people don't get it. They don't get, like, our Hawaiian spirit, the Irish fighting Irish spirit, because they don't know what it is. Like, the culture in America that they teach is, like, it's just so black and white. You know what I mean? Like, not really saying racist black and white. I mean, it was just a picture, like a black and white picture. So that's all it is.
See, right there. You said, oh, not racist. Like, that right there is a mainline culture thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's so politically correct.
Yeah. And you don't want to step on no one's toes, but You know, it's like, but a Hawaiian warriors, like, you know, and you start talking to me about my Hawaiian ancestry, you know, and like when you look back into my time, you know, like I was talking to my uncle that was breaking down, you know, like my family came from warriors. Like my ancestors was with King Kamehameha at the front line. Like it was one of his warriors that would train with him, and then they would go out and fight. My ancestors was the warriors that go fight, you know, and that's the confidence in us, you know. Some of us is in, you know, and some ancestors is freaking gatherers, you know. It is what it is, you know. I love what my uncle said, you know. I believe anybody can do whatever they want, and they can do whatever they want. If you can put your mind to it, you can do it. But the best advice that my uncle ever told me in my life that changed me, he told me, boy, he's like, boy, you're lying, you know. You're born a lion, you know, and whatever. He said, when you're lying, you're lying. And I was like, well, that makes sense. And he's like, yeah, when you're a cockroach, you're a cockroach. You're not going to be a cockroach and then somehow evolve into this great lion, you know. No, you're going to be a cockroach. You could be the baddest cockroach for sure, but you can't be a lion, you know. And once he told me that, I was like, man, you know, it kind of opened my eyes. I was like, man, this guy's true, you know. I started believing in myself and hearing that kind of stuff, and it's cool, but I'm not trying to shake to be like, hey, you're this and that, you know. You can always break it, you know. Like my mom and dad was druggies, you know. I had bloodline, you know. I had this. I know what my ancestors was, whatever, and whatever. But my mom and dad are druggie doesn't mean that I was gonna be a druggie, you know. Just because they too, my history around it is way past that, and you just gotta believe yourself. If you want to do anything, you put your mind to it and work hard, you know, hard work. And I like to go around and tell everybody I'm this athlete, I'm this great athlete. But the truth of the matter is, I'm not. You know, I'm this. I tell myself that so I know, so I can compete. It's not false because I go out there and when their athletes is, I test them. I'll be like, I run faster than you. Hey, you might beat me. Okay, I'll jump higher than you. Yeah. And then he's like, oh look, I beat you in jumping. You know, okay, you jump higher than me. I bet you I can run longer than you. Then you know, like I'm competitive. You know, in that way, and that's the thing. These guys gotta understand. You know, you just gotta believe in yourself. You know, that's one thing about social media. Social media lets you pull out this facade. You know, this fake you. You know, this you like I'm happy, this and that. Why do you think people's lives? So much people are so unhappy. You know, like the freaking the haters is more. There's a lot more haters. There's a lot more people trying to smash down people's dreams. There's a lot more people not wanting to do stuff. There's a lot more suicides. There's a lot more people just hating the world, hating life. It's because of this facade that they follow like a Kim Kardashian, you know. Not everybody can go make a sex tape and become famous, you know. That's just not real life.
Yeah,
but
Mike's not
but
famous.
then reality shows. People buy into this reality shows. I'm like, this is not reality.
Yeah.
This is fake.
Yeah.
This is fake. Not how much people did that, you know. You can't do that, and people they get sold this false dream, you know. Like stop getting sold this false dream, you know. Go work hard, go out and really shoot for something that you can do, you know. Don't. The main thing I tell the kids that always like looking up to me, I always tell them, bruh, they're like, I want to be like you, Max Holloway. I want to be like you. I'm like, look, Max Holloway, that guy's a scrub. Don't be like him. You know, it's like, it's great. I'm honored. But, you know, be Edward Thommes. You know, be Michael Nakagawa. My little cousin, he told me, and he's a boxer. I told him, bruh, be Asa Stevens. The world got one Max Holloway already. You know, I said in this bar, I dare you to beat it. Why would you want to be equal to someone? I don't want to be equal with no one in this world. And just like you guys in the gym, I don't want to be equal with you guys. I want to challenge you guys. You know, like when we get here and I feel equal with you guys, I change something, and when you guys change something, then you guys get higher. We continue to battle. You know, and that's what life is about. Life is about competition, and it's friendly. It can be friendly or it can be like super competitive, but. Now stop trying to be the next Kim Kardashian, the next Kanye West. You know, be your damn self, make your name, and be famous. You know, it's the same thing going back to talking about money fights. Everybody's like, oh, fight Conor for the money fight, blah, blah. I'm like, dog, you know, Conor got there, you know. The race is, you know, the race is, some guys get there fast and other guys cruise, you know. And I'm cruising, I'm working hard, and it's an uphill battle for me. And he got rocket shipped to the top, but I'm going to be there, you know. I'm going to be a money fight. I'm going to be a point. I'm already not necessarily a money fight yet, but I'm already at that point where people's calling me out. You know, I just found out Korean Zombie want to fight me more than he want to fight Jose Aldo. What's his name? Want to fight me? Frankie Edgar want to fight me more than Jose Aldo again. You know, like all these guys want to fight me now. I'm like, I was over here coming up trying to fight them, and we couldn't get the fight. And now all of a sudden, you know, the shoe's on the other foot. So if you want something, you know, believe in yourself, work hard, and don't let nobody tell you that you can't do it. Because you do whatever you want in this life. You know, you only got one, and don't be a what if person. That's what I always tell everybody when I'm sitting down. How much uncles? You probably got a couple uncles or a couple aunties, or when you go to your girlfriend stuff and this and that, and even you too. You always get that one uncle, one auntie, or brother drinking, and it's like, oh, bro, if I did this, I would have been there. Like, you know, sometimes I check my family when they tell me that. I'm like, then why you never do? Then why you never do? They're like, oh, exactly. Don't tell me you would have been here. You know why? Because you never been here. I don't want to hear what if this, what if that. Hey, what if I beat Conor McGregor? You know, the first time we fought. You know, what if I beat Dustin Poirier in my debut when he was number 4? What would happen? Guess what? It didn't happen. I don't want to talk about what if. You know, I want to talk about what's going on now. You know, what you doing now? You drinking a damn Heineken. Tell me what you would have done. You know, so get out of here with that stuff.
Well, did you always think like this, or like? Because I remember when I first met you, you still had that wine attitude.
When did you guys first meet anyway?
I met him Dustin Kimura.
Dustin Kimura.
I met him at the first time I ever met him was at a wrestling competition.
The States.
What were you doing at a wrestling competition?
I was with Dustin and one of his ex-girlfriends, and we was there, and you know, we went to go watch somebody wrestle. I don't know who it was, and it was cool. We met him, and he came train. And I told this guy, you know, I had this wine attitude, but that's what it is. It's a wine attitude. That's what this confidence comes from. Now it's like, it's a humbled more confidence, you know, of like, before I thought I was right, you know, no matter like, if I look at the picture and if I look at that, I was like, a Spider-Man. He's like, no, it's Deadpool. I'm like, no, that is Spider-Man. You know, and like, it's Deadpool, but I would just stick to my guns. I'm like, bro, that was Spider. Like, I would leave. If I left with Michael, I'd be like, bro, that was Spider-Man, right? And if he said no, I was like, bro, you a hater, bro. Yeah. Like, that's just how I was. I was so hardcore into my ways, you know? I was like, I said, thank Rylan because he changed it. But I always had this confidence from when I was a little kid. You know why? Over and over and over again, I see guys that are talented. I tell people all the time, and I hate saying it because I know people. If the people that hear this, they're probably gonna be like, "Oh yeah, he's talking about me." But this is the truth. I'm not the best fighter from Waianae. I'm not. You know what I am though? I'm the hardest working guy, and I didn't give up and didn't let no bullshit get in my way. When life threw me curveballs, I sat on it and I waited for it and I hit it. You know, I didn't fast and try and swing for the fence. You know, I just wait till it came to me. Boom, I took it. You know, and that's what you gotta do. You know, I'm not the best fighter. I'm just. I was the guy who just had his priorities straight. You know, I had his mind straight. You know, I knew what I had to do to get somewhere, and I wanted to do. I just was listening to Big Sean. His new song came out, and he said one line that really hit me hard. He said that I can't I don't know exactly word for word, but he said something about it's kind of sad to see these guys at the same place. At the same place from 10 years ago. And I'm like, bro, it's 2 years from me being out of high school for 10 years. And like, you know, I run into my old classmates or whatever, and like, you know, some of them are supposed to be this big shots, and others are supposed to be like, you know, here, and girls supposed to be there, and you know, and they're like at the same spot. Yeah. I'm like, bro, you know, I wasn't supposed to be nothing, you know, I was just a regular kid in school, you know, I just had goals, you know. I wanted to be a professional baseball player, and then once I got into kickboxing, I wanted to be a K1 fighter, and then BJ Penn era came, and I wanted to be a UFC fighter. So everything I wanted to, I worked hard. I made sure I worked hard for it, and yeah, these guys, this mindset was from when I was little
like
kids.
That entitled mindset.
Yeah, you know,
entitled to this.
But even that, some kids have this entitled mindset of like they own the world. The world owes them something, and that's the thing. I like talking to Waianae kids because we're from Waianae and whatever. We're supposed to be badass. They think we owe people, you know. They think people owe me stuff, you know. Like even this podcast, like some people like if I was different, whatever, I would think, oh, I did this podcast for Ed. Now you owe me something. No, you don't go through life thinking people you owe. Because when you start going through that life, that's when you start thinking negative stuff. Like, oh, I did this for this guy, I did that. And what about me? No, I don't care. You know, your blessing is gonna come. You know, people is too blind for looking for their blessing and stuff. Cause like one thing is perfect. Is like say I'm having a bad day, you know, and I'm walking and I found $5. I was like, oh look, $5. And I walked a little bit, couple more steps, and I fall over. I'm like, fuck, what the frick, God? Why are you making me fall over? It's stupid, you know. But then some people are gonna think about the fall over and be mad, or somebody like me is gonna laugh and be like, "Look, I don't care. I found $5.
Yeah.
Maybe God wanted me to just leave it there, and I took it anyway. So you know, the joke's on me. But I got $5, God, you know, it makes you fall down again. But you know, like it's just playing. But too much people look at the negative side of their life. You know, when 100 blessings is blessing them in that day, but they just let that one bad thing in the day stick out bigger, and it's not even that big. You know, it's like, come on, guys, you guys got so much things. People should just be happy that they're living another day. You know, some people don't wake up, and some people don't got food on their table. Some people don't got a house on their head. It's storming. It's crazy here in Hawaii. It was. And you know, some people don't have a house. And look, we're in this beautiful room talking to you and looking outside at the rain. You know?
Where
No, I'm not gonna say that, but yeah, you know, so that's just I'm saying, man. This life is a mindset, period, man. It's not only fighting. You can apply this to anything, you know. One of the most greatest thing I did in high school, I graduated cum laude. So I got to graduate with a gold rope. That's from ninth grade.
That's surprising.
That is, bro. From ninth grade, you gotta have like 3 point something GPA from ninth grade to 12th grade. That's how you get this one gold rope. And then I got nothing for, you know, SATs for, you know how you take for reading and math. You get a purple and silver rope for one of them. And I was like, I got none of that. And everybody that had cum laude or ultra cum laude or valedictorian, they had the ropes. They had at least one. I didn't have one. And I was kind of weird. I was like, fuck, you get cum laude if you can't do SATs. I was like, bro, because I'm smart. And then they're like, how you smart? I was like, you know what I'll do? I would give up my recesses. This is when I was into baseball. I'll give up my recesses. No, recess.
Oh, recess.
Yeah, recesses. No, recess. I'll give up my recess.
You sound retarded, but he's actually smart.
No, I'll give up my recess. And I had this teacher in ninth grade. His name was Mr. Gray. He was the man. I had horrible time in math and in social studies or reading, whatever that was. And he would help me do my homework. In the 15-minute recess and in the 30-minute lunch, he'd stay there, give up his recess and his lunch to help me. And I would finish my homework because I needed help. And I'd finish my homework, and guess what? And I had practice after school, and guess what I would do after practice? I would go to practice, and just the only thing that would be on my mind is baseball. Because I wasn't like these other kids that was, you know, being cool in school and talking to girls and hanging out with their friends and during lunch or whatever, and they stay at practice thinking like, oh man, I got this big paper due tomorrow. What am I doing here, you know, whatever, and like panicking when I was just like, I'm just here to play baseball, you know, my homework's done. And the same thing carried on when I was fighting. I always made sure that I did my stuff during then, so after I could just focus on fighting, focus on what had to be done, you know, and end up graduating, you know. I even, like, people nowadays scared to ask other people for help. I was like, that is so silly. I'm all about help, man. You want to help me? Go ahead, man. I'll help you too. Whatever I can help you in, you know, it's like, I love help, you know. And some people, they so like, oh, I'm too good for you.
Pride,
I'm too good for you. Pride.
Yeah.
No, forget your pride. Forget your ego. Leave that shit at the door. You know, and it's opportunities and people you meet, bro. I know so much people, like, even being kind. Just be kind to others. Like, people nowadays is not kind. I trip out. I'm like, and then when you are kind, they think you're weak.
Yeah.
You know, and like, bro, like, you just be kind. A simple gesture, like, one of these kids at one of these intermediate schools I went to, we went there and I signed his book for him, and it's just a sign, you know, it's a signature. Asked me for a signature and whatever. It's cool, you know, I do it all the time. Yesterday I was walking out from the fights at Philcom, you know, shout out to Man of the Town. That's where I got my start, and I love going to local shows and these amateur shows like this because that's where I got my start, you know. And, you know, I showed them, like, look, I'm in the UFC. I started here.
It wasn't even that long ago either when you think about it.
Yeah, you can do this too, you know. You guys can do it. And so I was walking out, and a police officer stopped me. He's like, "Oh, Max." I was like, "Hey, what's up, officer? How you doing?" He's like, "Man, I just wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart, man. You signed the signature for my son, and like that was his greatest day. He has it hanging up on his wall, and blah blah blah." And he was just telling me how grateful he is for me. I was like, it's like I was tripping out. I was like, wow, like something so small, a signature. I didn't think I impact that kid that much. He didn't show me anything. He's asked for a signature. He said thank you and left. And then the dad was telling me how like he went home and was explaining to the dad how this is the coolest day ever. He signed him. I was like, it's crazy. Life is about changing one person at a time. Making you want to leave this world better than when you came into it. And that's what life's about.
Especially like us as pro fighters, like we're role models. You know, and some guys, whether in the NFL or like whatever sport they're in, they say, "Oh no, I'm not a role model." But when you think about it, like, no, you are. You're just probably not a good one.
True.
So like, It's just like stuff like that. Like kids are watching you, man.
Kids is
Like, one thing is like here. Let me say one thing. We put up athletes as if they're perfect.
Yeah.
But they're not.
Yeah.
We gotta just take the good from them and understand like they make mistakes. Like Manny Pacquiao. Okay.
That tweet. Yeah.
What did he say about like?
He's like gays is not allowed.
He said something like he said something along the lines of not even that. He said something like like animals know the difference between being gay and not, something stupid. Yeah. And then first of all, if he was wrong, he didn't make sense. Science is wrong. But anyway. People, he apologized and he said that was stupid, and people just trash him, and a lot of people like even like his own people like they just that's it because of one little thing he did. Yeah. But look at all the other things he did. He bought like
great things,
like 1,000 homes or something crazy like that in the Philippines, and he has charities.
You want to hear a funny story? This is about world. Like when I worked handyman with Zeka, he told me this joke.
Wait, what? Who?
Dorsey Roberts' his name. It's called Zeka.
Is that the YouTube guy?
No. Zeka is my handyman. I used to work for him.
Oh, okay.
He owns it, and it's funny because people forget that we're humans too. Like when people's like, "Oh, shaking around me," I'm like, "I'm human. I'm a human just like you." I might be more famous than you or more known, but I'm a human. If someone comes to me and stab me in my stomach, stab you in your stomach, I'm pretty sure we're both gonna bleed out and die if we get no medical attention. And but he told me the funniest story ever. He's like, "Okay, Max, in this fame and stuff, it's crazy because your eyes on you." I was like, "Oh yeah," and he's like, "So it's called the story is called Billy the bridge builder." And so this guy, he would go and build bridges, and like people. He said people had to walk out of villages for like 3 days, and he would build the bridge. So the 3-day stuff only turns to 1 day. And he built 1,000 of these bridges, 1,000 of them. And he was like a hero because he was saving people time, whatever. And then one day, he was at home and someone walked up to him and like, and he got caught fucking a goat. He told me like fucking a goat. And then guess what? He was named after that. His name Billy the goat fucker. So it's like. Look, one thing, he made 1,000 of bridges, helped all these people, but one person catches him ducking a goat, and now he's Billy the goat fucker. It's like, it's crazy, man. Life is nuts, bro. It's like, that's funny though. It is funny because it's like, look, this is exactly what you said, it's like, you get ridiculed for one thing, it's like, damn, but we're human just like you. One mistake, like if, what is the saying? For those who did not sin, cast the first stone. Yeah. It's like no one throws a stone. Yeah, and if he is, you better check yourself.
It's like one athlete says one bad thing. It's like, have you ever said anything bad? I'm sure you've said way worse than that.
People forget they hold because we're, and I understand we're held to a higher standard. Of course, we need to, because people is on us.
Right.
You gotta give us a break.
Yeah,
we are humans. We're only human, girls. We make mistakes.
Right.
I do whatever. I love you like a fat kid. Love kid.
Nah, but that's some things that about Max too. Like he acts and says things that make you think that he's just like cocky or whatnot. But this guy always puts himself on the same level as everyone else. Like he always says like we're all humans. Like if I get shot with a gun and you get shot with a gun, we're both gonna bleed and die. And that's the thing. Like a lot of people like. athletes or anyone who, you know, taste success or smell success, they kind of forget. They kind of like because they're more popular, because they're more successful, they put themselves above other people, and I feel like that's what kind of, you know, screws you over at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that's some stuff that, you know, with Max, like, he's getting more popular and popular as the day goes by, but he still views himself as, you know, equally as other people, and that's something I think very important in anything, you know, not only in sports but even in business, you know, getting girls, whatever. You're still the same human.
Right,
You're still
right.
a human being. You treat him the same way.
Yeah, especially for us guys. Like, let's take Max for example. Max talks a lot of crazy things on Instagram and stuff, but it's like, yo, we're guys. Like, we talk crap. We say things we don't mean. You know what I mean? Like I just said, oh, hey, let's shoot my gun out the window. I'm not gonna do it. We're gonna say stupid things like that because we're dudes.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, it's funny. You know, that's what I say too.
We're a certain type of dudes. Maybe like, you know, if you look at high school, you know, we're probably like maybe the wrestling team. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or we're the guys that do MMA and just.
Dude, we gotta have some fun.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of doing all this if we're not
Never
having
put
fun?
me in that wrestling team again. I'm gonna punch you right in the baby maker.
Wait, you joined wrestling?
No, I never did do wrestling. That's why I said never.
Your
put me
son
in
is a wrestler.
Yeah,
He loves
my
wrestling.
My son might be a wrestler. I don't know. He's been standing up lately now. He's been
Oh,
shooting.
your son.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
nice.
just wrestles with me, man.
He always try and shoot on Mike.
When I have kids, I don't know if I want to put them wrestling because it's a lot of tournaments on the weekends.
Oh yeah, that was a lot.
But we'll see. We'll see.
Sitting in a stinky gymnasium. Speaking of wrestling, next weekend is States at Blaisdell.
Anybody to watch? What is the names wrestler?
I actually don't know, dog.
I'll just go to
But
check
I kind of
out
want to
around
go
and see
just to.
I think so. Steadfast MMA, Shane and the
Oh yeah, little
yeah.
brother.
His little brother got pulled up to varsity,
it.
right?
Oh, no way. Nice. What's
Yeah.
his name?
Logan.
Logan Lealoa.
Logan Little.
Nice.
We should go
Check out
watch.
Legan
We should
Lealoa.
go watch state
Yeah.
finals.
Yeah, I'll be down if Logan's in it. I'll go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my a lot of memories from wrestling at Blaisdell.
You wrestled all 4 years?
Yeah, all 4 years.
You state champ?
Yeah, my senior year.
Nice.
My junior year, I wrestled Shaden Terrakina in the finals and lost.
Oh.
I beat him
he's
all
a hammer.
season and I freaking lost.
You beat Shaden before? Holy
Yeah.
crap.
He was a freshman though. And then
Still, he's a stud. Awesome.
no, he is a stud, man. And like I said, Max, like he was saying earlier, like, what if, you know? But like now that I look back at it, I'm like, I'm glad I lost him in the finals. Like, or else, you know, I wouldn't have done well in nationals.
Right.
Like how I did after, because I lost him
Nice.
and I trained even
I
harder
read
and I
out
placed in
loud.
nationals. So yeah, you know, like everything happens for a reason. Dude, if something bad happens, like because of that makes you better, or because of that you appreciate life even more. Like I was in Sacramento for how many years, and it was just not the same as home, you know. But when I moved back like 6 months ago, now I'm just like, man, life is great. Like I'm just driving, looking to the sky, and I'm like,
Right.
holy cow.
Well, especially if you live in a crap hole like Sacramento.
Yeah.
I fought there twice in Sacramento, and there's nothing to do.
I know.
Oh, it's like a crappier version of Hawaii. Sorry, Uriah.
Like the training was great. That's why I was there, you know. But it's not like, dude,
By the way,
Hawaii is
Uriah's
something
down here, you know.
special.
Wait, why I don't know if he's down here yet.
UFC
but he's
just
supposed to be.
middle
No, he's
Oh, yeah.
coming. He's coming next week. Yeah.
Oh, next week. Okay.
He
What
wants
is,
to hang out.
Yeah, Thomas, hang on.
Yeah.
Why is there fences around the cemetery?
I don't know. You guys want to hear a lame joke that my girlfriend hates?
This is lame. This
Okay,
is lame.
this
Why
is-
is there fences?
Oh,
around
it's
the-
a joke.
Yeah. Why
Oh.
is there fences around the cemetery?
Because people are dying to get in.
Wow.
Mine is. You see that cemetery over there?
Yeah.
Why? People are dying to get in.
Oh my god.
So yeah. If you guys are listening, what Max is talking about is we're in my our guest bedroom, and it's where my computer is. So I play games like almost every night when I have time. Not every night. I'm pretty busy, but next to it is a cemetery. So I pretty much watch that all night every time.
That's crazy.
You're watching me.
That's
Yeah, even losses though.
Oh, did you play For Honor?
No, Night is awesome.
Oh, it's fun.
I saw you like post a picture of it.
Yeah, you need to play it, bro.
Okay, I'll
it's
get
super
it.
fun. Yeah,
I'll get it.
yeah. I just debate it right now, but yeah.
Oh, it's free then right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
You get
hell
to,
yeah.
yeah,
I'm
you
down
get
with
to
it right
bang. You get to bang hands. It's fun. I'm a samurai in the game.
Wait,
you
what
can be
is
a
that?
samurai, Viking, or knight.
Okay.
Dude,
I'll
I wanna play that game. That sounds
I'll be a
sick.
Knight just to be different.
Nah, the knight.
Wait, what do you got
is
on
one,
PS4?
though. I got it for PS4.
Oh, you know what? I never updated my damn year subscription.
Oh yeah,
It's free.
that's alright. No, but isn't it on For Honor for
On PC?
PC too? Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to play with you.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun, bro. Let's do it.
So I can own you like a Demetrius Johnson.
Nah,
YouTube Demetrius Johnson versus Max Holloway.
hey, I won one time and that motherfucker put Mighty Mouse, Mighty Squad, you're assholes. You didn't put up my one win. Why you gonna take it away from me like that?
He didn't put it on?
No, I just won one round.
Oh, and then
one round. I
everything
just
else.
won one round.
Yeah.
And he didn't put down on. I was like, yeah, whatever. I see you, Mighty Mouse. I see you. Nah, all jokes aside, Mighty Mouse is a great dude,
Yeah.
man. I love that guy, man. He always trying to help me with my stream, always trying to help me in fighting. I talked to him for like 45 minutes.
Oh, that last time?
Yeah, when I saw him at
Houston?
Houston, he was eating
Houston.
breakfast and
Nice.
talked to him. I thought it was high and by, and then we just started talking about life, man.
Nice.
I started talking for like 45 minutes. Like, oh man, I'm so sorry, man. He's like, it's all cool, man. It's good talking to you, Max.
Speaking of sparring, like Demetrius Johnson doesn't even wear headgear, and then they asked him why, and he says, "I don't even spar that hard. That's why."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's killing it. You know,
Dude,
he
I
just
don't.
drills a lot. He said,
This,
With,
yeah.
Matt Hume.
I feel like in the beginning you do have to spar.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
In
You
the
need
beginning
to
of your
find
career.
out who you are.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, because you gotta have that wars with yourself
Yeah.
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah.
Bro, if you're gonna quit in front of 20 guys in a gym,
Yeah.
you know, it's 100 times easier to quit in front of 1,000 people.
Yeah.
You'd be like, bro, I quit it in front
Yeah.
of I quit it in front of 20 close people that I know, that I train with all the time.
Yeah.
You
Guess
know,
what happens when
just
they start
doesn't-
yelling at you?
yeah,
and things,
yeah.
you know?
Oh my God, you know?
Loser, you're gonna get knocked out. Like, probably. That's where that mind battle gets in.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely like we should have talked about this earlier. Like when it comes to hard sparring, definitely in the first few years you
Yeah.
gotta get through that.
Yeah.
And you too, I bet went through that, right?
Yeah,
Because me
for
too.
sure,
I
man.
was like one of those guys. When we used to spar at our old gym, it was sparring 3 times a week, maybe 4, and it's sparring 100%.
Dude, even I also know, like,
It's old school, bro. It's
Yeah.
not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. It's just some people need that, you know. And some people need to tell that, you know. Like they want, like Russ, you know. Russ loves sparring hard, you know. You remember that one camp he did an interview. I remember I was reading it. He said that you know he just went back to his old school ways, you know, like sparring 100%, sparring almost every day and getting after it, you know. And that's just. It works for some people's confidence, you know. Some people need that confidence in training camp. Like, yeah, I did this, you know, and go boom.
Yeah.
You know, other guys don't spar one day in their life and they feel great. They're like, you know, like
Everyone's different.
Shade Norcutt don't even spar supposedly. I don't know about now,
Really?
but before when he first came, they said they didn't even spar. So it was.
How's meeting that dude? I saw you guys on the
He's
court.
cool. Yeah, Sage is cool. He's funny, man. He's
You
a
guys
funny
like
dude.
what'd you do? You guys knocked out that
Yeah,
mascot?
yeah. I
On
went
court?
side
Wine
blind.
side blind. Shout out
That
to
guy was
Wine
trying to
side blind.
test, dog. It ain't my fault. Don't come step into a wine guy, dog. And then
Wait,
you know,
who's
I think
playing?
I think my Houston Rockets
Against
whoever D Howard is with. I think it's I forget who it was.
But what was the mascot? Was it Cows?
Clutch the bear.
Oh, the bear.
Clutch
Yeah.
that
Which
bear.
is for what? Houston?
Houston. Yep.
Why they got a bear?
I don't know.
They couldn't get a rocket or something? Is that just retarded?
Yeah, I don't know. I cracked them, and I think my wine eye aura wobbed off on top of old boy Sage, you know, that little goody two shoe, and he ground and pounded it, and you know,
He brought it out
he
of
went a
him.
little wine eye. So, you know, Sage, you're the real MVP, dog.
Hey, Mike, Mike's from Team Alpha Male, so does a Paige
I
and Sage.
was.
Is Paige? He was. He's good at technics now. But is Paige and Sage? Is there a thing going on? Before I know there's like a new relationship. Like we can't really talk about it probably, but
I honestly don't know. I mean, I feel like the UFC was trying to make them like, you know, get them together just because it's like Ken and Barbie.
I know. Imagine the babies they'd make.
Yeah.
What kind of athlete would that be? Jeez.
Paige is in Kawhi right now, actually.
Really? Like, just cruising?
Kapalaka Joe.
Kalapaki Joes, yeah. But yeah, dude, it's crazy how many followers Paige has. She's like 1.3 million.
Yeah.
She's like Dancing with the Stars.
That other girl is coming up too,
Cynthia, she's good. Cynthia's good. I'm telling you, she's a real deal.
No, yeah, we fought on the same card twice.
She's good though. She makes guys quit.
For real?
Yeah.
I only saw like some of those 2 fights, but even like hitting mitts, I'm like, holy crap! I thought she was a wrestler.
No, because so she had the worst luck before, and that's the thing.
Why
like,
was she losing it as an amateur?
No, it's just she broke her hand like twice blocking kicks, like
jeez,
and that's what was kind of holding her. Yeah,
with shin guards.
Yeah, so she was out for like she'll be out for like 8 months, and then she'll come back and then break her bone again. It's a different bone, So she couldn't catch a break, but like she said, she kept going. Like Max, she kept going. She kept working hard, and now it's paying off.
Yeah.
You never know. It's like you see those memes where there's a guy digging the underneath the tunnel.
Right.
It's like he's like an inch away from that goal or the treasure, but then the other guy just walks away and the guy keeps going.
Yeah.
It's like, like I think as long as you don't give up and you really have faith in yourself, like.
Well, honestly, when it comes to losses,
in
life, but let's use MMA for example. I lost my last 2 fights, and it's the first time I ever lost twice in a row. And amateur, I went 8 wins, 1 loss, and then non 4 wins. I was 4-0, and then I lost my last 2. And honestly, like I don't regret a thing. Like I took those fights under crazy circumstances, but that didn't slow me down. I was confident. But even though I lost, like I learned a lot from it. When I lost to Tyler Diamond, like there was a lot of things I needed to work, whether it was technique, pace, and then I fixed it. And then in my last fight I lost, it was just a simple thing. I was overconfident, and then I went in there and I gave it my all, trying to finish this guy in the first round.
Yeah. And
like 2 minutes later, I'm totally gassed. So I realized like, okay, I have to pay. There is such thing as a pace in an MMA fight. So it's like I'm glad I'm learning these things now before I get into like a bigger show.
Yeah, for sure.
It's great. Yeah, you guys lucky. That's what I tell people all the time.
Unless you're like Max, like bro, you went in the UFC at 4-0.
Yeah.
And then
that's what I tell every
getting a loss in the UFC, like I can only imagine
sucks.
That's more pressure than what I'm going through.
No, it's the same pressure. I'm sure it just sucks because of it's like that 2-loss streak. I told you already. I have my 2-loss streak now. I'm on this big win streak now. So
from that 2-loss streak, how did you overcome that? What was your mind like? What and especially because you fought Will Shutt.
Will Shutt. Yeah,
Will Shutt. He was like what?
New guy.
14 fight win streak, something crazy.
Yeah, and he was new to the UFC.
So what was your mentality with that? That's a tough fight.
Yeah.
Off of a 2-loss streak, like if you lost, you probably would have got your.
That's exactly the way I look at it. Ever since that 2-loss streak, that's the way I look at every fight now.
So that's what changed
It's my pink slips. It's do or die every fight, and I like getting pushed to that point where I'm feeling like it's my last fight. That's why I start talking about 0-0 all the time. 0-0, because like people start enjoying if I start enjoying this 10-fight win streak, then my next fight is gonna be shitty. You're only as good as your last fight. Yeah. So that's why I started 0-0. I didn't have a last fight. This is a new one.
Right.
So
that's right.
And it's what you said about that thing. It's not it's not lucky. I don't wish anybody to lose. Especially you, one of my great friends, my great training partners. But at the end of the day, it's better to do it in front of to lose out there and whatever. If you look at it, bro, all the greats have lost.
Yeah.
Like Anderson Silva had 2 losses before coming in. What's his name? Aldo lost 1.
Yeah.
About everybody. Yeah. Did Demetrius lose 1 before coming to UFC?
Yeah, or did he lose? Brad Pickett.
Did he lose in the UFC or no?
WC. I'm not sure.
Or WC. Yeah. But see, he's still on whatever. But
no, he lost before. He never.
No,
WC did.
WC did. Yeah. And but all these guys got losses. With the exception of probably only John Jones. He didn't have a lose. His losses like.
He's a freak of nature.
That was weird. Yeah. But
his losses are outside the cage.
Yeah. Exactly.
but that's true.
He learns from
he's
that.
losing.
He learns. You gotta learn.
Yeah.
I hope he is.
That's the thing. That's the thing with being in the UFC. Like I was in the UFC so young, and I had 3 losses already in the UFC. And my record is even, was 3-3 I think, and I was a 500 fighter, and I was like, bruh, what the hell is going on, and this and that, and people start telling me, oh, he's not gonna do nothing, but I'm like, guys, look, I lost in front of you guys. These guys that is champions got to have so much experience outside of the UFC, and then they come in. That's why you kill it, like it's great. Like if I could have lost, I don't want to change nothing, if I could go back, I wouldn't change nothing. But if I was like these other guys, like 15-1, 15-2 coming into the UFC, my career would have been different, you know. But I was blessed enough to get in at 4-0 and lose in front of them. But it was hard, you know. And sometimes it's like, oh, that guy's just a gatekeeper. I'm like, I'm 21 years old. How the hell am I a gatekeeper? What are you talking about? You know, I'm 22 years old. You guys is crazy, you know. It's just, you guys, the thing is, I always tell them, like, I lost, and it's in their mind because they got to watch me lose. They forget these guys come into UFC just because they're winning fights. They have loss on their record, you know. Like, that's why it's hard for Sage too, you know. Like, they coming in so fresh and green, and like, you losing, and guys like, no, see, you're not nothing, you know. It's like, Sage is something. He's great, you know. He has to just work on little stuff, but you guys only judging him because he's losing now, you know, and you get to see it. So that's the thing that frustrated me. But, bro, wins, it's never a loss if you learn, and I learned everything from the 3. So I definitely want to get them back, you know. And you know, and the great thing is, like, you know, like, the people you lost to, you might see them again in UFC, and it makes a great story. You sold a lot of money that way, you know. You make a lot of money. People are like, yeah, look, we fought this guy in a show, and now we're here again, you know, at the biggest show. So, and that's how you guys know. It's like, damn, I lost to a pretty damn good guy, you know. We was both freaking good at that point. Now look, we're at we're at the biggest stage fighting again.
Right,
so
right.
it's always great.
Good stuff, guys. We'll close it off on that.
That was good for first podcast.
Yeah.
What is the show? No, let's close it off.
We
after
gotta
the
think
name.
of a title. I don't know.
Let's get on.
Okay,
Let's go on
this is-
Instagram and let's get fans vote.
No fans vote. Let
fans
Ed
vote.
pick it right now.
I don't know. I've just
Then
been-
choose 3 and then we'll pick out of those.
Okay, one is Edsational.
Sensational.
Edsational.
Edsational.
That's- my girlfriend thought of that. We are just talking. That was the first thing that came to her mind. I'm like, I'm gonna roll with it. Then I don't know. I want something more motivating. There's other stuff like motivating. Like, I was thinking never out of the fight, like we always say, but it's too long. So I was thinking like
It should be
finish strong.
short and sweet and short.
ET podcast, ET files, Ed files. I don't know.
Probably Edsational.
Edsational. It's
Edsational,
done.
dog. Edsational. That sounds great, bro.
All right, Edsational.
And then when Just Bang comes back, he's like,
Dude, can we please do
Edsational
that?
Just Bang.
Can we please? No, seriously. I think that'll be so fun.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even joking.
We'll do it. We gotta have Keone on.
Like, with like fights, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
and then have like a video of that guy. Dude, that guy is classic.
Yeah, it's classic.
Especially when there's someone clowning him.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to make
And when he defends himself, it's even funnier.
Bro, you need to make a YouTube.
Yeah, I have one. I just gotta kick it off. I just gotta
Yeah, just
hustle
make
more.
just do the live YouTube stuff while you're on.
Yeah,
it.
that's right.
Because you can stream live like Twitch.
The hell am I doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, one
No,
step at a
even
time. One step at a
thanks
time.
so Max, because even this having a podcast has been on my mind for like over a year, but it's just one of those things like I'll do it someday. And then so Mike, I was driving out, and then Max was in his car. And I'm like, hey, before you leave for the movie stuff, we'll do a podcast thing. And then he's like, okay, let's do it in 2 weeks. I'm like, okay.
I didn't know that.
And then when I drove, I'm like, well, I can't back on now.
It's good. I'm great, bro.
And I was like, damn it, this is so dumb. But I was like, no, I'm glad I'm doing this.
This is fun, bro.
Yeah,
This
it's
is super
fun.
cool.
We're not even trying. Honestly, we just wing this, guys. Like,
Yeah, we just winged
I
it.
didn't
We just
write
talked
anything
story.
down, you know. So.
Yeah, it's great. I love tongue.
Nice,
Thank
guys.
you, brother.
All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Stay tuned for more, and don't forget to click that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with brand new episodes. Well, have an awesome day or night, and be blessed, my friends.